3 minutes or less of your time, and I will be reviewing CrowdStrike, Microsoft, and Meta, and just talk about the ginormous power outage, apparently that affected the entire world. To be honest, I had no clue that CrowdStrike was that big, but wow, it caused some serious problems. First and foremost, this was a very obvious pullback. I know it seems obvious now, but look at the big, humongous buying volume coming in. Highest volume ever on CrowdStrike at arguably one of the highest prices ever. Once that price got taken out and failing that $400 price point, it was a humongous drop. So what perfect time for all this to come out. In fact, you had 3 strong selling days previously, massive gap down today into the 200 simple on the daily chart. First time interacting with that price at all in many, many, many months. And so therefore, wasn't a huge surprise that we gapped down and faded higher because all of those bear traders from the last 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, bought to cover this morning for a profit. So it sounds scary, but it is times like this when bad news comes out to buy really, really good companies like CrowdStrike. And this is a really, really phenomenal spot. The beautiful news is you have an awesome risk reward ratio here, because if at any point in time CrowdStrike closes below 289, that will prevent and cause a strong amount of selling. So my thought process is over the next 3 or 4 days to weeks, you could expect something like this, a filling of the gap, and then probably something like that. That would be a very, very realistic expectation on CrowdStrike from a stock perspective. Here's Microsoft, MSFT, previous all-time high, right here around this $470 mark. So technically $468.35. And we're just getting a nice, soft, easy pullback. We need one on Microsoft. And so for me personally, this is a nice little spot to buy here at 425, but a much, much, much better place to pick up some shares of Microsoft will be 400. Obviously, will we get down there? I'm not sure, but selling some puts around 400 if you do actually want some ownership of this particular company, aka the second largest company in the world, I think getting it in on a 15% pullback would be beneficial. And then last but not least, here's Meta. And Meta, 200 simple on the daily chart will be the place to get some of this stock, which will be 430. It failed 540. This was the day that Zuckerberg came out with the video of him riding a surfboard, drinking a beer, and holding an American flag, which is peak America. And it was also peak stock for Meta. Big volume, big candle, buy low, sell high. That was the all-time high. That was the marker. And so now Meta is obviously pulling back and has pulled back some since then and probably will continue to do so. But buying it at 430 would be an absolute gift and an opportunity, and that's the price that I'm looking at trading it on this particular stock. If you have more requests, more stocks that you want me to cover, you know where to reach out to. Thanks so much for being here. You rock.